Hey again, it's Christina from Sunshine and Flora. In this video, I am doing more seed starting, of course. That seems like what I am doing this time of year constantly. But in this video, I'm starting my Snapdragon seeds, which I'm really excited about my Snapdragon seeds this year. They were one of my favorite cut flowers that I grew in my cut flower garden last year to sell for my market bouquets. I not only included them in my mixed market bouquets, but I sold straight Snapdragon bunches at the farmers markets and they sold awesome. I also was harvesting Snapdragons all the way till frost last year, which for us was close to Halloween. So now not as heavy as at the beginning of the season, of course, but I was harvesting Snapdragons in October. So it was a really good flower for me cut flower wise. So anyway, I am growing even more Snapdragons this year. Look at all these packets. Holy cow. So before I show you how I start my Snapdragon seeds, which is super easy, I'm just gonna go through all of the varieties real quick and I'll pop a picture up on the screen to show you what I'm growing this year. Now, last year, a couple of my favorite varieties were from the Potomac series and the Costa series. I found that those had the strongest and the longest stems, and so I am adding some of those varieties to my mix this year, but I think I have about 20 different varieties here total, so I'm just gonna go through these really quick for you. The first ones are from the Madame Butterfly series. The reason I like the Madame Butterfly Snapdragons is because they have that double petal, so it adds another really good texture into the bouquets. So I have the Madame Butterfly Pink, Madame Butterfly Bronze, Madame Butterfly Yellow, Madame Butterfly Ivory. Then I have the Rocket Mix of Snapdragons. And then for the Potomac series, I have the Potomac Ivory, Yellow, Cherry Rose, Lavender, which was a favorite last year, Royal, which was my other favorite Potomac last year. I have the Potomac Orange, and I know I have a Potomac Mix in here somewhere. Oh, a couple more Madame Butterfly. I have Madame Butterfly Peaches and Cream and the Madame Butterfly Dark Red. I thought I had these in order. Oh yeah, here's the Potomac Custom Mix. Oh, and then the Potomac Early Sunrise. This is a new one available with Johnny's this year, so of course I had to get that. Then, let me show you the Costa series. I have just a Costa Mix. I have the Costa Silver and the Costa Apricot. And then I have a couple of randoms. I have Snowflake, which is a white, and then the Night and Day Snapdragon, which is a red and white. I've heard that this one's a little bit shorter, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it anyway. Now, most of my Snapdragon seeds I get from Johnny's. I do have a few from Select Seeds and some from Floret mixed in there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I start my Snapdragon seeds. It is super easy. The trays that I use are a 72 cell tray. These I get from Johnny's. So I have the tray itself that the soil is in, and then underneath you want to have whatever that tray is called, because once these start putting on some growth, I'm gonna be bottom watering them. And so you wanna have that underneath tray because that's where you water them from so that the actual cells can soak that water up from the bottom. And that really helps promote the root growth downward towards the water and then gives you stronger roots. So these trays are from Johnny's. I'm gonna fill 3 72 cell trays. I also have humidity domes that I'm gonna be putting on top of these for when they go under my grow lights on my heat mat, and I'll show you that when I put them on there. So first, let me grab my markers. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-mark all of my cell trays before I put the seeds in so that I can keep track of everything really well. Okay, all of my cells are marked. I'm pretty much doing 2 rows of each variety, except a couple of the random ones that I have and a couple of the Madame Butterfly ones I'm just doing 1 row of, which is still 6 cells, and so that's gonna give me 6 plants. which for the amount of Snapdragons that I'm growing, I'm going to have plenty for my bouquets. I'm doing one whole cell tray more than I did last year, and I had plenty. So anyway, let me get started actually putting the seeds in the cell. Now, Snapdragons need light to germinate. So what you want to do with your Snapdragon seeds is just place them directly on the soil. And last year I found, because Snapdragon seeds are so tiny, and when you put them on top of the soil, you're not actually going to see where you put them. I found that it was really handy to tampen down the soil on each cell just to make sure it was nice and level before I actually put the seeds on there. So I'm going to go through and do that to all of my cells. I'm going to try to place 2 to 3 seeds per cell. Again, they are so tiny it is hard to see, but I'm going to put 2 to 3 seeds per cell, and then I'm going to mix them in with water. Now I should also mention the seed starting mix that I'm using is a pre-moistened seed starting mix. And the reason that you want to pre-moisten your mix is because you do not want your mix to settle once you actually have the seeds on there. So I usually mix it to where when I squeeze it, water does not come out, but it kind of stays together in my hand. And I'm actually using 2 different kinds of seed starting mix today. This tray is the organic burpee mix that I usually use. I really like this mix because it has coconut core in it, which helps retain moisture. These 2 seeds are an Espoma seed starting mix. I found a random bag that I must have purchased in the fall, so I thought I might as well use that and give it a try. So I think it will also be fun to compare the 2 mixes and just see how well they do and how much moisture they retain in comparison. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to get all of my seeds sown, and then I'll show you how I mist them in and the humidity dome that I use for the top. So this is how small Snapdragon seeds actually are. You get an envelope within an envelope. And they are teeny tiny little black seeds. I usually just dump them out in my hand and then sprinkle them onto the cells. And then if I have any left, I'll store those for next year. They're also so tiny, you're not going to see them on the soil, so you just have to kind of feel what drops. Okay, so I have all of my Snapdragons sown in their cells. So now all I have to do is mist them down to settle them on the soil and then put the humidity dome on. So I'm just gonna give a few pumps per cell. That's gonna kind of adhere the seeds to the soil. It's not washing them away. And then all of my cell trays are going to get covered with one of these humidity domes. This is going to keep that moisture inside of the cells. And then these are gonna go downstairs on my grow light station on a heat mat under my grow lights. Now, when I see almost total germination, I'm gonna take the humidity dome off and turn the heat mat off. And then these are gonna grow on their own under those grow lights until they're ready to go outside. So by the recommended seed packet, Snapdragons, they say to start 8 to 10 weeks before your average last frost date. I'm technically starting mine about 11 weeks before my average last frost date. I'm in zone 5A in Northwest Iowa. This is exactly when I started them last year, and it worked great for me. I also will be pinching these while they are still in their cell trays, so that's gonna delay their blooms by about 2 to 3 weeks. So I feel really confident starting them 11 weeks before my frost date, and they're gonna do just great. Another thing is Snapdragons are also in the cool flowers family, which is a group of flowers that you can technically plant outside before you're done getting frost, and they will tolerate it just fine. Now, I did not do that last year because I was nervous, but I think I am gonna try with part of them this year to plant them out early and just see if I can get blooms a little earlier. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I'm gonna get these put downstairs where they go. I'll put some pictures up on the screen after this, and I will make sure to keep you guys updated on how things are growing when I see them germinating. So stay tuned for a lot more seeds starting over the next couple months. I have so many seeds to start for my cut flower garden. I have a lot more plans this year on how I'm going to sell my flowers and what I'm going to be offering. So stay tuned for a lot of that. We'll see you soon.